This is habitat fragmentation, a group of deer that gets separated by a road that cuts through a forest. The deer died since they were unable to reproduce fast enough in their smaller areas. The road makes it difficult for the deer species to interact.
Habitat fragmentation seems to be pretty bad, so what causes it in the first place? Well, the main natural causes of habitat fragmentation are volcanic eruptions and natural forest fires. Human activities that lead to habitat fragmentation include deforestation, rural development, road construction, and the creation of hydroelectric reservoirs. Volcanoes and natural forest fires tend to occur once in a while, but human activity occurs much more often and is the leading cause of habitat fragmentation. One of the major negative impacts of habitat fragmentation is inbreeding. After their habitat is fragmented, species are usually forced into smaller groups. Organisms mate with individuals that are genetically similar. This results in a decrease in genetic diversity. The lowered genetic diversity can result in traits that decrease the survival rate of individuals, such as body deformities, decrease in vision and smell, and potential issues during growth.
The fragmentation can also put species under physiological stress. Sounds and light activity often can stress species, causing a decrease in reproduction rate. This can lead the population to go extinct. Overall, fragmentation negatively impacts species. In fact, results from a study done in the Amazon rainforest shows that populations closer to an edge tend to have a higher mortality rate.
We know the problem of habitat fragmentation exists, but what can we do to fix it? The only way to truly prevent habitat fragmentation is by not cutting through forests and other habitats. This would require humans to not need more space. One way to solve this is if cities build up with taller buildings instead of building out with many one-story buildings. Creating national parks can also prevent habitat fragmentation, as the species would not be exposed to fragmentation and human activity. This may be expensive, and many countries will not have many national forests since it limits the country's growth. Instead, corridors between patches of forest can be created. They are beneficial as it allows species to travel from one forest to another, but species may still be exposed to human activity. This can all be very expensive. One of the most efficient fixes is to have buffers on the edges of forests. There can still be some trees between human activity and the forests. This can decrease the sound and light that reaches the species, hence the abrupt transition between forests and humans. Habitat fragmentation is a very serious issue. Because of habitat fragmentation, many species are becoming endangered and some are already extinct. According to the International Rhino Foundation, there are only 80 Sumatra rhinos left in Indonesia. These species are split in many groups due to habitat fragmentation, which prevents the population from breeding. Soon, there will be no rhinos left in Indonesia, but this is only the beginning. Habitat fragmentation does not seem like an unforgivable crime, but it can snowball into so many different effects that are very dangerous. Habitat fragmentation is like dividing and conquering. You are dividing the habitats and you let them stagnate, destroying the whole ecosystem. In fact, it is estimated that 70% of all forests are within half a kilometer of their edge. The world needs animals just as much as it needs good highways, parks, homes, piping, and high-speed data. Don't be the reason that our habitats are destroyed. Don't let this happen to your world.